Hello everybody, before we start this video I'd like to give a shout out to 4 people this time. All this week we're doing Ratech Channel, Shuna NC, Zero Cat, and EA Sports FC Korea. And from everyone here at Seanster 5 as well as everyone from the Mass Legion and everyone in the Seanster Patrol Bayback family and Manny Posse, we wish you good luck in your oncoming future. Now without further ado, let's begin your feature presentation. Hope you all enjoy the video and have a good day.
Hello everybody, my name is Seanster 5 and welcome everyone to the final episode of Seanster Plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Can't believe it's the finale already, it's like I only just started last week, whatnot, my word. But okay, so last time, we went into the Dream Dominion where we learned about the Dream Mirrors, and then for our second story we went into a dark city in a dark town, and in the dark town there was a dark house, and inside the dark house there was a dark cellar, and inside the dark cellar that's where Dead Vengeance lived with the Vendreads. That little callback to the Funny Bones books. If anyone's read Funny Bones, it's a good children's book. I mean the show and the yeah, it could be taken out of context, but it's a good set of books. I recommend sharing it, you know? Good times, good, splendid, and not possibly nightmare-inducing times. Anyway, and then we went into the delightful Dwellers of Darkness domain, also known as the Ghost Tricks, and then we finished off the last episode with the Legend of the Starry Dragon, but now today, our finale, finally here after many stories, many trials and tribulations, many wins, many losses. We're now in the final 4 gates of the series with the Mutant Mutation, the Rika Fairies Descent, the Wicked Dragon of the Hidden City where we'll be learning about the Subterras, and the Dimensional Observers of S-Force to wrap things up nice and tidy. Before we start this video, I'd just like to thank everybody so much. Although this is the end of a series, there's going to be a lot more to come, for joining me and everyone here in the Seanster 2.5 Kazuki Takahashi Memorial School of Dueling for such a wonderful adventure. Again, I know I say all the time that all your support is very well appreciated, and the same is true today. I would not be here without everyone's support, and I really do hope that these adventures are fun for all of you, as it is for me and everyone here at Seanster 2.5, as well as everyone from the Mass Legion and everyone in Seanster Patrol, my family, Manny Posse, etc. But you know, when one door closes, another one opens, and for the next 4 weeks after this one, we're going to have ourselves a good, a quadruple one-off special 4 weeks ahead. So next week we've got ourselves a Xenoverse 2 one-off special where we'll be discussing the Hero of Justice pack, meaning that we're finally going to be getting to see the story mode of the latest DLC at long last, just to wrap things up. It might be the final DLC, it might not be the final DLC, we'll just have to see. And then for the next 3 weeks after that, it is going to be the next trio of Genshin one-offs, where the first week will be Layla's Hangout, and the other 2 will be revolving around Nahida's story mode. And for the next one-off special, for next Genshin one-off specials, there is going to be, apparently in version 3.8, there's going to be also a hangout for Kaya next up. So, yeah, definitely going to be saving that for an upcoming special. So, Kaya's going to be the star of the show next time. Or, if anyone comes around for a hangout event, mainly a character from Fontaine, that we'll definitely be sure to, you know, save up our stories for that. Loads of adventures ahead. And, that means that the only character stories that we've got after Nahida is Baiju and Yoimiya, so I know I can always just flip a coin if need be, but I really like to ask you some questions, to be fair, and see where our adventures go next. It's only fair if you all have a fair say too. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it seems like I've just been leading everyone, but you know. Any suggestions for new adventures is all okay with me in Genshin, you know? Like whether it be character stories, and alternate endings that I could take in some adventures, you know? So I will be asking some people some questions about the games I'm currently playing on the community tab, and just like what I'm doing with the next big game coming in 5 weeks' time, that being the week after all the one-offs, to be fair, which is coming after, which is going to be, well, I might as well reveal it, Gotham Knights. It turns out that everyone in the community board, when I put something down, it seems that we're mostly going to be following the story of Nightwing and Red Hood in that too, so I know that leveling up in Gotham Knights could be a little bit of a hit and miss, and fair, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be, you know, very, very interesting, and well, we'll just see how that progresses. But as for the Genshin one-offs, if the choice between Yoimiya and Baizhu hasn't been made to accompany the Kabe hangout, which will be happening after the Gotham Knights series, then don't worry, a coin flip will be met and either character will either be put on the hangout specials or just, you know, being put in the Twitter diaries, to be fair. But that's no trouble, whichever suits you best. And although this it's maybe a little bit of a bummer to everyone who's looking forward to the next Seanster What If. It is not going to be next week. It's going to be the week after, simply because, well, there's a couple of things down there. But like for starters, like I'm just like in a little bit of a role in writing the Naruto Seanster Court, and it saves me like having to, you know, go to like, you know. Sorry, I need to rethink my words carefully. So, because of the development of the Naruto Seanster Court, to be fair, I've been on a little bit of a roll lately, and once I'm on a roll, I can't stop. So, I will be writing a little bit more of the Naruto Seanster Court next week, simply because, well, I mean, the what if's all done, everything is all done, but I think it would be best to release it next week, just to give a little bit of a break, you know? Although it's cool to bring out all this amazing content, you know, watching your health first is definitely a good priority, especially when you're playing games or like making videos or pretty much doing anything. As long as you take care of yourself too, then those videos could be just as good with the appropriate care and attention you put to your body. But I mean, yeah, sure, it's good to like get help every once in a while for everyone, people, to be fair. But sorry, I digress. But what? All I can say is that your physical and mental health should come before your videos. That's basically the roundabout truth. So I'm sorry, everybody. I really need to get started on before I stutter again. But now, without any further ado, and I can't believe I'm saying this because it feels like it was only yesterday I started this series. Let's get right into the final episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So, if you enjoyed this video and the series and the next upcoming one-off specials and the new series to come, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. Really, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. And of course, from everyone at Seanster 5, as well as everyone for the Master Legion and everyone in the Seanster Patrol made by Family Manny Posse, we all hope you enjoyed today's episode. And now let's get right into the episode where we'll be looking into the mutant mutation onward, all the way down to the Dimensional Observers of S-Force. Let's get right into the duels one last time.
Many mysteries fill the universe, and the unknown and the powers they possess. Sometimes marveled and feared as the miracle or magic. Humanity has embarked on its inseparable quest for knowledge, and with the science and technology have revealed many secrets. But the mysteries of this world will never cease, and one of these mysteries comes crashing down to this planet. Falling extraterrestrial objects for observe. Available personnel must head to the predicted fall site and investigate the unidentified object.
Roger, we're heading over there now.
The unidentified object fell into a field. Could it be the first contact with another planet? To unravel its enigmatic entity, experts in various fields from all around the world convened. Not long after, the investigation team covered the site with a temporary dome and began the observation of the object.
It's this part of the eye?
Yeah, rigid parts that are hard as steel and soft parts that feels like human organs.
Although there are differences in material, it's likely to be organic matter. Can this be considered a sentient being?
As time passed and various investigations have been made, this object, this creature, was found to have strange properties not found on this planet. By unraveling the ecology of this organism, they have gained some new insight about it. Humans called the object mutant, and they established a specialized research institute, Mutant Evolution Labs. There, they process with the newest investigations.
What kind of investigations have been going with this thing? Because if I know Venom, the symbiote from a well-known spider hero, this could not be good. Or it could be. Or it could be. Let's find out.
At Mutant Evolution Lab, various studies are being conducted day and night in order to make precise observations. Their first breakthrough came when they succeeded in culturing the mutant with the advanced analysis of biological structures. Now they managed to multiply mutants cultured from its first specimen. In this way, various mutants were created by humans, while they have individual differences clarifying application of their shared properties, characteristics, etc. was put into progress.
Look, they're moving as if they are responding to each other. Is this the mutant method of communication? Communicating with one another?
So far, the dialogue between mutants and humans has not been established. But the way the mutants seemingly react with each other through sensitization was observed many times during their experiments. In order to unravel the biology of this organism, they will have to take every possible measure and repeat the trial. Currently, this institute's most notable discovery about the characteristics of mutant is evolution. In the course of the research, mutants were exposed to various organisms and substances. There were many instances that yield no response. Some, however, caused a reflex behavior that caused them to rapidly evolve. In most recent case, it happened when it came into contact with a crystal impregnated with dense energy. It had absorbed the crystal and its body surface hardened. It even displayed a state of overdrive, amplifying and releasing the captured energy. These Institute's defense systems managed to quit, but if the evolution continues, the possibility of the situation getting out of hand cannot be ruled out. Some researchers have even complained about the dangers of the research.
If another major reflex reaction occurs again, there's no certainty that we can control this organism. We should stop the research now. If we go any longer, our research will destroy humanity.
But the what unraveled the hidden mysteries to know everything about the creature, throng, the voices, and the study was continuing. However, no one could ever suspect that the danger of what is about to become reality shortly after.
It seems we're about to find out in a duel, so let us see how powerful these extraterrestrial cards are in a duel, shall we? Okay. Now then, everybody. Now, mutants, I believe, according to what I read up about it, they study in getting banished, but also they are very good in the fusion department. So, let's take a little look, and I will set. Okay, I guess I can't. I could set mutant GB88, face down the fence, and then I'll end my turn there. Okay, let's see what our opponent does. Oh, and he activates his effect. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and use mutant expansion when the time is right. Oh, okay, so how they were able to summon. Oh, and already with the fusion summon. Okay, and he's summoning mutant synthesis. Okay, this allows him to destroy one card on the field. That is fine. Okay, well, I'll just take the damage. And then I will activate my face down card, Mutant Expansion. And with this, I can special summon one mutant from my deck to my hand. And I will choose, let's have a little look, Mutant ST46 in defense mode. And then activate 46's effect to add my own mutant fusion from my deck to my hand. Okay, and I draw. Okay. And then I will activate my Mutant ST46's effect by tributing this card and banishing my Psy-Frame Gear Delta. I can now special summon my Mutant Beast. And then, now since I control Mutant, I could also special summon my Mutant. And then thanks to Mutant's effect, I can banish this card along with one card from my deck to the graveyard. I'm going to go with another Mutant Expansion. And I can special summon my Mutant Arsenal. But I do have to pay life points. That's the one downside to it. Next, I activate the spell card Mutant Fusion. And with this card, I can now fuse... Let's have a look. I can now fuse my 2 mutant arsenal, 2 mutant beasts and 1 mutant arsenal. And I will show him a true extraterrestrial behemoth ready to take out his behemoth. I fusion summon Mutant Ultimates. Alright, now Ultimate's attack his synthesis. And then when the card effect is activated, I now activate Ultimate's effect. I can banish my mutant GB88 from my graveyard to negate that monster's effect. Not today, synthesis. And I'll end my turn. Okay, still got 2,300 life points. Nothing could happen. Oh, it activates his field spell. Now I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see what he does. Places the card face down. Okay. Okay, Mutant Mist. Very nice. And then I will attack with my Ultimates once again. And then I'll end my turn. Okay, but I'm not letting him play that card. Ultimus, banish my Mutant Fusion to negate his Psychic Path. Okay. Should all be good. And now, Mutant Evolution Lab. Oh, don't mind if I do. I activate Mutant Evolution Lab. And then I will special summon my Mutant GB88 from my banished pile back to the field. And let's see, you can place one mutant one from your hand. Alright, and then we'll play my card's effect, bringing Mutant Mist back to my hand to draw a card. And it is Mutant Fusion once again, and now I will attack with my Mutant Ultimus. Probably could have attacked with my GB88, but that's fine. Okay, what can I do here? Obviously not Link Summon. By banishing from hand or field. Okay, I'm gonna hang fire because with my monster having like over 3,900 attack points, I mean, okay, and okay, we're safe. And then I'll draw. Emergency Teleport. Just what the doctor ordered. I activate Emergency Teleport. And that means I can special summon a level 3 or lower monster, a level 3 or lower psychic monster to be precise, from my deck to the field. However, it has to be banished during the end phase turn. Sorry. That pizza was trying to climb up my throat, but anyway. I now bring my Mutant M5 to the field. And thanks to M5's effect, I can add a mutant monster from my deck to my hand. And I choose Mutant Mist. And then I activate M5's effect by banishing it along with my mutant expansion on the field. I can now bring in my mutant arsenal. And then I will activate Mutant Fusion once again. And this time, I will fuse my Mutant Mist and my mutant arsenal to fusion summon my own Mutant Synthesis! And now thanks to Mutant Synthesis effect, it now destroys the card. And I forgot to mention, silly old me, that, let's see, with Mutant Evolution Lab's effect, mutant monsters we control gain 100 attack points for each of my banished mutant cards that have been removed from play with different names. And since we've got ourselves, this card was originally 3,500 and now shot to 4,000, that means it gains 500 attack points. And now, Mutant Synthesis, attack! And now Mutant Ultimus! And that leads to a GG. Well, I'm not going to expect to win all the time with these final duels, but, you know, that was pretty close. Anyway.
One day at the Mutant Evolution Lab, alarms rang out in a shrill tone. The first report was that the mutant destroyed the incubator of its own violation, and the other individuals followed suit. The mutants had escaped from their incubators, began to absorb a variety of things in the Institute, and had begun to revolve rapidly. Some absorbed the animals that were quarantined in different sectors and evolved into a beast-like form. Some developed a mechanized form with robotic arms or incubators from absorbing parts of the lab equipment. The next report stated that the defense systems were compromised and it demanded impossible to contain them in our laboratory. In addition, all the staff members were notified to properly evacuate and abandon the facility. The fruit of our labor. That's why I said it was dangerous.
What a great day to be able to witness it with my own eyes. The moment of evolution that shouldn't ever have happened on this planetary system.
Hurry up and close the shutters! Don't trail behind! The workers made a desperate attempt to escape from the lab as the mutants continued to evolve and destroy to the point where they can only be described as an outbreak. In the meanwhile, the evolution of the mutant was just entering the next phase. The mutants started to absorb one another, constellating all of its what it gained from its evolutionary process. Soon it began to transform itself into a more gigantic life form. Eventually, the mutant destroyed and grew to the size that exceeded the laboratory that they were confined in. It is no longer any way for humans to do anything about this new gargantuan life form. Although there are many mysteries left unanswered by the mutants, but that at least, the very least, we can conclude that the encouraging its evolution is extremely dangerous. I hereby leave these records from our research and hope that it will be beneficial to mankind. Lord bless to the rest of humanity.
I'm sure that dude's okay, right? Yeah, I'm sure he's okay. Right, onward to the second out of four final stories, and that's the Rika fairies next. This should be nice. Like fluttering petals floating in the wind, they dance. Like floating petals, flowing on a gentle breeze, they fly. From the chilly sky, the night falls. Snow and ice covers this vast land and colour the world white. Though destined to pass and fade, their beauty persists. They fall upon even on the flowers that burrow out of sight. Even as the winter approaches, these flowers still bloom strong and proud. The icy shard on the flower petals began to become a droplet. The droplet soon blooms into a beautiful crystal of white, ever so beautiful. Those who dwell in the flowers are born from blossoms of all the Rika fairies. As colourful as the flowers they decorate the world, the fairies take on many forms. They appear as fair maidens with gorgeous parcels in their hands. And the secret of the snow flowers remains under wraps. Under wraps, but we're going to be dueling to find out anyway. So, time to see what secret they're keeping under wraps for the Rika fairies, eh? Okay. Now then, so Rika fairies, a plant-based deck, very, very, very good. But one does have to be careful with how to proceed on that. So, it does have link support, as XZ support also. It also has a nice bit of synchro support too. But we'll just have to find out and see what we can do with each. I will set my Rose Maiden face down defense and then my turn there. Okay, let's go into the battle phase. Rose Lover is gone. So what does that do? Okay, it's a sea cannon. Okay, so it only deals damage for each plant token, so I will lose 500 points for each. Lone Fire Blossom! What a card to start off with, and a good thing too, I activate my Rose Lover's effect in my graveyard. By banishing it from my graveyard, I can now special summon a plant type monster from my hand, and I choose my Lone Fire Blossom. I activate Lone Fire Blossom's effect, and by tributing itself, I get to special summon a plant monster from my deck. Any plant monster. So I will go with Erica, the Rika Fairy in attack mode. And then And then, because a monster I control was tributed, I can also special summon this little beauty, Primula, the Rika Fairy. And because let's see, I now also summon the monster Evil Fawn. And then I tribute my Evil Fawn to deal 300 points of damage and summon 2 more Evil Fawns to the field. And then, let's see, I will activate my Rika Glamour, and I tribute one of my Evil Fawns to bring to my hand. Let's see, who could I bring? Who to bring? I'm gonna go with Hellebore the Rika Fairy to my hand. And then I can also, okay. And then I'll activate my Snowdrop the Rika Fairy's effect. I tribute my Evil Fawn and special summon to my hand Hellebore the Rika Fairy. And I can also special summon Snowdrop as well. And then target one monster. And then I will activate my Snowdrop's effect, making all my plant type monsters I control the same level as Hellebore. And now, because they're all level 8, I think it's time for an Xyz summon, don't you? So, for starters, I will overlay my level 8 Hellebore and level 8 Primula to build the overlay network and Xyz summon Teardrop the Rika Fairy. And let's see. And next, I will also overlay my Erica and my Snowdrop to Xyz summon my Elise the Sylvalian High Protector. Let's see, and then I will activate my High Protector's effect. Oh, and I can. Okay. Oh, it's letting me. Okay, Rika, and Okay, so there are some cards that allow you to like type the name. Okay, so is this a guessing game? Well, I'm gonna go with Rika Con. Okay, it wasn't the card I wanted, so it goes to the graveyard. And then, let's see, if card was sent to the graveyard, I could target one card on the field, place it at either the top or the bottom of the deck. I'm going to use one overlay unit and send your Seed Cannon back into the bottom of my opponent's deck. And then, I activate my Teardrop's effect. I can now use my Primula, that's an overlay unit, select the monster and tribute it. And because each time a monster is tributed, this card gains 200 additional points. And now, it's time to attack. Go, Teardrop! And now it's your turn to sail. And then I'll end my turn. Okay. Can my opponent make a comeback here? Oh, it just might with an Evil Fawn. Oh, it's going to deal me 300 points of damage, but I'm fine with it. Oh, yeah, the end of their turn just like that. Really? It's just like, okay, well, I activate my Rika's effect, and I can use one overlay unit to tribute your Salacaman. Oh, it was bait. It was bait. Clever. Well, at least my monster didn't get destroyed. At least there's that. Okay. I now summon my Copy Plant, and then I activate Hellebore's effect in my graveyard. I can now banish my tribute my Copy Plant to bring in Hellebore back from the graveyard in defense mode. And because I tributed once again, oh, and if a plant monster control is tributed while this card's in my graveyard, I can also bring back my Erica. Welcome back, Erica. And then I will. Oh, let's see. I will then use. Let's have a little look at this. I will send my Erica and my Hellebore in the link arrows to link the circuit and link summon link to Arama Seraphy Jasmine. Now my English today. Alright, now I activate my Jasmine's effect. I tribute my Alice to special summon from my deck a Mardell Generider Boss of Light. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. And because I tributed it once again, I activate Boss of Light to Fat, and now since it's a normal summon, I can bring a Generator card from my deck to my hand, and I'll go with a Lone Fire Blossom. Okay, I think that should be more than enough attack points, otherwise it would just be pushing it. Now attack my opponent's evil form, and that's a GG. That's another GG. These fairies are so powerful, I have to admit. Under the snowy sky, two fairies sung a song. Gracefully, with their eyes shut, they sang with dignity. Their voices rang with humbleness and love, with each other's verses in their lips. The harmony of their song was cheerful and soft, as if to present the meaning of happiness. The sun glitters in all its splendour upon the garden where the flowers bloom. Two fairies exchange looks, the hope of the world born and bred, and the guiding hand that leads the way. A radiance that comforts the uneasy heart, and a hand to support one's burden. Beautiful are those who take hand in hand and give strength to those in need, even against all odds. In the dim flow of time, two fairies gracefully danced. With one bold step, their clasped hands are held in trust. Through their steps are modest, their clasped hands are held in longing. With their spinning parasols, they open up to the world, creating a path that persists even through the sorrow. Swaying and dancing all the while, your soul glistens in colourful shades like a bloom of snow. As it twinkles and sparkles, oh, can you see the secret of snowflowers in your eyes? Oh, we definitely saw how powerful they were in a duel. That's one thing I can take from it. Right, halfway there now, and it is time for the Subterras now. I wonder what goes down underground below our feet. One way to find out. The Hidden City. A subterranean world and a capital city where many intellectual races cohabit. There is no sun nor sky here, yet there is an abundance of nature. The grace of nature cannot be taken for granted, as it is an important part of life for the inhabitants. For example, the moss that covers the walls of the large caves glow at the regular intervals, illuminating the darkness. This light illuminates day and night time, just like the sun that gives plants and animals the power to live. No one knows the origin of this world, and how this world became to be what it is. This metropolis is a culmination of nature's bounty and the will of various species to coexist with one another. In this underground world where many call home, there are beings feared as calamities from ancient times. Living legends that stand at the top, all life in the underground. The wicked 8 dragons called the Subterra Behemoth. To the utterly inhabited of the subterranean, surviving and effectively hiding from the so-called calamities was a rather high priority than finding food to eat. As long as these calamities exist, finding a safe haven is a difficult undertaking. Well, at least we don't know the answer, but let's find out the truth behind the answer in a duel. Time to see how powerful the dwellers of this underground city can do. Battle on Z. Okay, so it's time for something a little bit different. So, Subterras, very powerful creatures if handled correctly, and they mostly work around flip effects. So, I will set Subterra Final Battle and Subterra Succession face down, and set Subterra Fiendess face down before ending my turn. Now, as you can see, the Subterra monsters all have high levels. Not sure what my opponent is planning to do, but we'll soon find out. Let's see. Okay. Well, I will activate my Subterra Succession. I'm going to handle field to the graveyard. If you do, Alright, I'll use the first effect. And then I'll send my Subterra Behemoth Stagelmo to the graveyard, and I will add to my hand my Subterra Behemoth. Also there be, and then I will activate my original attack. Activate my Subterra Final Battle, and then I will change it. There we go. Oh, I had no idea I could change his monsters too. Mind you, now that I think about it, this works kind of hand in hand with Scrap Iron Scarecrow and Subterra Behemoth Speleogeist. That's a cool card. Alright. Alright, I activate my Subterra session again, and I will send one flip monster from my hand to the graveyard and add. Let's see, who do I want to add? My Subterra Nemesis Warrior, and then I'll summon Subterra Nemesis Warrior, and let's see, what can I do here? Well, I can attack, that's one thing. Okay, I will, activate Subterra Final Battles effect. Oh, but I can also activate Nemesis effect. Let's see what this does. Send a card from my deck to the graveyard. I will go with Subterra Nemesis Archer. Bring it into a chain 4. And also, oh, so here comes my Subterra Nemesis Archer. Okay. Alright. Well, there seems to be a battle of wits right now. This. Oh. Okay. Switch it. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Gillosaurus. That could help our cause. Maybe, maybe not. And then I'll activate. Let's see. Okay, of course he's bringing back one of those. Why wouldn't it be? Alright. Let's see. I'll activate Subterra Final Battles effect. Okay. And then I will activate my Successions effect and send my Gillosaurus to the graveyard to add my Subterra Behemoth to my hand. And then I will tribute my Nemesis Archer to bring in my Subterra Behemoth, and then I'll obviously set it in face down defense mode because and then I can activate the effect of my Subterra Stegliogeist, summoning it in defense mode, and then I will activate its effect, switching it into defense mode, and then I'll activate my Subterra Behemoth, let's say Ultra Mathus in defense mode, and then I'll place it face down defense position, and I'll end my turn there. Okay, I don't know if I've succeeded in making it stronger, but we'll just have to find out. As my opponent is very much deep in thought. Let's see, can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Well, I don't need to destroy it, so. Okay. Okay, this is quite the battle of wits right now. A Sentry Golem, switching down the face down defense position. Well, I'm not gonna let. Okay, face saw, switching down defense position. I'm gonna say goodbye, Behemoth. And then I will activate my Nemesis Warrior's effect. If a card would be destroyed, I can bring it to the field. Okay. Okay, well, Let's see, send one subterra monster from your deck to the graveyard, trip this card and one of a monster. If you do special summon that monster face down first position. Okay. Do I have any other subterras? I do. I have Subterra, Behemoth. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tribute it and my second to bring in my. Okay, right. I really need to start reading the cards effect because I couldn't make heads or tails of where it was at, and then I'll summon monster from hand field face. Summon flip monster from hand face up in the field to the graveyard. Do. Oh no! Oh, I think I did myself dirty right there. Oh well. Ah well. Okay. I draw. Okay. Well, at least I can add terraforming. At least there's that, and then I'll add the Hidden City from my deck to my hand, and then I can add a card from my deck to my hand. I mean that's good. That's good, I guess. And then I'll bring in Nemesis Archer, and then I'll summon Nemesis Archer. Let's summon it in the attack mode, and then I can activate my Subterra Behemoth effect and make this card go with face of attack position. Oh, it was a Sentry Golem! Oh dear me! And then I activate Subterra Final Battles effect, and with its third effect I can target one Subterra monster. It gains attack equal to its combined attack and defense points. Raise it up to 4,400, and I will attack his Sentry Golem. Okay, destroy all face of monsters that. Aww! Aww! Okay. Well, this is quite the kawinky dink now, isn't it? I will end my turn. Oh dear. Okay, can't be destroyed by Battle Lord card effects. Oh, okay. Okay, what? Okay, change all the face of attack versus monster. What's he planning on doing? Okay. These Subterra monsters are. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, he's tributing them. Oh, okay. There's a lot of summoning and setting, I will admit. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it happen. Unless I activate my Final Battles effect and make it gain attack points even if it's fine. Okay, well even then it doesn't do anything, but I can activate Nemesis Archer's effect and special summon from my deck my Subterra, Behemoth, Umastrix. No, I'm not gonna activate you. Not gonna activate you, Succession. I draw. And then I will special summon once again my Gillosaurus. It does summon a monster from his graveyard, which is a little bad. And then I will tribute my Behemoth and Gillosaurus to bring in my Behemoth, and I'll switch my Stellar Ghost to defense mode, and then activate Hidden City's effect to change my monster's position right back to where it was. And thanks to Stellar Ghost's ability, I can now target you, and then I activate my Nemesis Warrior's effect in my graveyard. Let's see what it does. Oh, I can special summon it back to the field! And then I will activate Subterra Final Battles effect once again. Make a card gain attack equal to its attack or defense. I'm going to go with my Nemesis Warrior. And now Nemesis, attack and destroy his beastie. Okay. Alright, activate those effects. Send this card from my deck to the graveyard. Okay. I think this might be a GG. Okay. Even for me, I don't have heads or tails. Ah, no, okay. Sending it to the graveyard. Adding Nemesis Defender to my hand. Okay, this is... This 9 turns in, 10 turns in, and no one has taken any damage! Okay. Oh, come on, don't switch all your monsters to face down defense position, because that's gonna happen. Okay, he's tributing. Okay, at this point, I'll gladly take the L. Because, like, no one is. This has been a really defensive game of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the most defensive game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I've ever played in my whole life. Like, no one has, like, taken any battle damage. Okay, yes. Just, don't change your position. Just, okay, thank you, okay. It's GG. You play good CPU. Can't believe it, 10 turns in, not a single bit of damage. You know, the fact that both of us held out for this long is staggering, but it turns out the CPU is smart. That's one of the big takeaways here to take from the end of the series. The CPU is just too smart. Good job, Cycle of the Hidden City, good job. The Subterra behemoth terrorized those who live in the subterranean world. Many tales of these beasts have been told amongst the tribes that live among there. Caves reinforced with hard bedrock can be found throughout the subterranean world. Much of its natural terrain, but most parts of it have been brought forward by those who live in this world. The feared being of for those pioneers hides in places like rock faces and cliffs. The Subterra behemoth Staglamo. Its body looks like it was made out of stone, and black mucus flows out from the areas that appear on its joints. Once that liquid gets a hold of your body, there's no way to evade its attack. According to those who've seen Staglamo, or Stalamo. Yeah, Staglamo. English today, Sean, English. They were horrified by how agile the red-eyed chunk of rock could be. In this limited world, there are many other dragons that call the palace their habitat. The subterranean behemoth Volturic is a dragon that could create numerous thunderclouds inside the caves. This world also has flying creatures such as birds and flying dragons, but the Volturic has a distinctly different ecology from them. They have wings that but they do not flap them. Rather, they fly freely within the subterraneans as if flowing through the air. Its body is always enveloped in electricity, and anyone that approaches it will be paralyzed or worse, killed. The sky is not at all a dangerous place, even deep down underground. Dragons lurk. Digging through the ground with its horns and claws is the subterranean behemoth Umastrix. Although its eyesight is poor, it can use its 5 pairs of whiskers to feel around. It is also able to sense any hostile beings in its surroundings, and it hunted down with persistence. The Umastrix leaves a trail of abnormal sinkholes and ridges. The villages have been annihilated by being in the path of this wicked dragon. There are also volcanoes in the subterranean world. Volcanic ash paints the area grey, and anything the lava touches burns. In the volcanoes, there is a chance the subterranean behemoth Ultramathus might even lurk within. The Ultramathus is a walking volcano that envelops hot magma. However, it is not always active and may be dormant for certain periods. The ecology of the dragon and the natural volcano activity cannot be linked together, but for the tribe that lives near volcanoes, the correlation is obvious. Volcanic eruptions are a sign that the Ultramathus is awakening, they claim. And it's the end of the story already. Well, I mean, we got one more after this, but that's almost. Anyway, I digress. Here we go. Even in the subterranean world, water is an important resource. It provides substance to the flora and fauna of the underground. One of the sources have said that water is a huge underground water lake. There lives the Lord of the Lake, There's some named subterranean behemoth, Stago Kraken. Anyway, when it lurks in the lake bed, it is difficult even with aquatic creatures to see through its camouflage. In motion, its four horns emit red light, and it also takes an instant to devour its prey. Because the lake is its habitat, it is seemingly easy to spot, but it is a highly elusive dragon. The bottom of the lake has a waterway that leads to another hidden area in the lake. There are many myths about the lake, but no one has been able to uncover them. The underworld has a range of climates, and one of those is within the icy field. The icy field is a stronghold of another dragon. That is the ice dragon. Subterranean behemoth. Okay, I'm gonna need my glasses for this one. Fossil Pharaoh Glacier. What a name! What a flippin' name! Its entire body is covered with ice, but also has a glowing spear that glows as if it embodies the radiance of life. Fascinated by its glorious appearance, many have lost their lives trying to get too close to it. The sentient race that the city built graves and mourn the dead. In the world of danger, will death give us peace we long for? Subterranean behemoth Dragosuri makes the living ask such many questions. Even in death, the wicked dragon continues to move as a skeleton. According to one legend, it says that the Dragosuri eats the souls of the dead. Occasionally, its body would faintly grow red from the laminate of the soul that it consumed. Finally, there is a legendary dragon that sits on top of the previous 7, the Wicked Dragon King, subterranean behemoth Spilogeist. Compared to the other dragons, it is no accurate description of the Wicked Dragon. One legend says, like an evil spirit, full of darkness, the Dragon King rules this world. And the legend says, the king prevents other dragons from expanding their territories. Others say the wicked dragon brings about calamity to display their might to the king. Needless to say, the lore of the dragon is shrouded in mystery. The inhabitants of the underground live in fear every day, while hoping to one day escape those calamities. Someday, someone will stand up to defeat the calamities. They live with a faint glimmer of hope that a hero that will arrive one day. Well, that was quite an end to a story, and who knew that flip cards would be so terrifying? Yeah, again, flip cards can be terrifying, especially Man-Eater Bug. Real card, very deadly. Used to be quite a terror back in the day. But now that we are done with that story, it's onward to the last story of the series, and that is going to be with the S-Force. It really surprises me that we've come so far, and although this is the end of one journey, don't worry, there'll be plenty of others to come, and without all of your support here today, I would not be here sharing all these adventures with everyone, and if you enjoyed this video so far, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. And now, it is time to move on to the final story, where we will be going into other dimensions with the Link archetype of the S-Force. Oh boy. Gotta keep myself together, gotta keep myself together. A secret society of higher scientific power called S-Force is comprised of agents that work to prevent crimes and disasters. Their mission are said to span the entire time-space continuum, yet the extent of it is not revealed to the agents. Nevertheless, a senior agent that gives the new recruits a rudimentary orientation explaining the Force. New agents, welcome to the S-Force! Before we dive into a mission, allow me to first explain about the Force. I'm Rapper Chiyomaru. I will be your guide today. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm aware that everyone here has a different story about why they decided to join the Force. Perhaps you arrived by an incident, or maybe you were scouted. Perhaps your goals align with the vision of the S-Force. Perhaps you have been contracted from other organizations. I myself am here under orders of my village head. Some of you may have the abilities that will be useful for the S-Force. It is these abilities that dictate your assignments. As a shinobi myself, I'm good with shuriken and secret techniques that allow me to hide anywhere. Here in our base, the Bridgehead, we observe many dimensions and time spaces. When we observe and detect a problem, we deploy and solve it. Commander Justify sends the most suited agents for the mission via a warp gate. The mission can be many things: disaster response, saving lives, to prevent a crime, when we even tail and apprehend suspects. No one knows when we will be needed for our mission. This is why it's important to train so that you are always ready to go on a mission. There are many convenient facilities for that here. Before the next lesson, I believe it's time for some training. If you're prepared, you'll never have to worry. Okay, well then, it's time to see how powerful the S-Force can really be, and I believe I've read it up that it's a link deck. How convenient would be ending the recent summoning method for our series. Well, might as well end it off with a bang. Okay, it's time to duel. One last time. Let's see. Okay. Oh, some sort of car guard, and that's 1900 attack points right off the bat. Very intriguing. Okay, okay, we've got S-Force Chase. Okay. Let's see. Each of your opponent's monsters are in the same column as one of your S-Force monsters. Well, let's see. I activate the spell card Staring Contest, and when I would special summon a monster from the extra deck, I target one monster opponent controls, die up at the same column, and then let's see, when your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, target one monster from your main monster zone, move it to the same as the extra deck. Okay. That's what I'll do, and then I will activate the spell card Ground Collapse, and that means your leftmost and rightmost spell and trap card zones are now locked. I will now summon my S-Force Professor Digima, and Digima's effect activates, allowing me to change the position of your card guard. And then I'll set 2 cards face down, and then I'll attack with Professor Digima. And I'll end my turn there. Okay. I'm going to attack. Well, I activate my trap card, S-Force Chase. I return your monster right back to your hand. Okay. Let's go. S-Force Edge Razor. Nice. Okay. Well, let's see how this works. Let's special summon from the hand. Well, might as well. I summon my S-Force Edge Razor. Thanks to Edge Razor's effect, I can also special summon my hand S-Force Gravitino. And thanks to Gravitino's effect, I can add one S-Force card from my deck to my hand. And the card I will choose, let's see, what card do I want to choose? How about the field spell, S-Force Bridgehead? I activate S-Force Bridgehead's effect, and I can now add from my deck to my hand my S-Force Rampachiomaru. And then I will now perform. Let's see. I think I'll just do it as normal. So I attack with my Professor Digima, and then I'll attack with my Gravitino. Then I'll attack with Razor Edge, or Edge Razor, and I'll end my turn there. Okay, he's going Rampachiomaru. Okay, summoning another one to the field. Ooh. Very cunning. Very, very cunning. But now it is my turn. Another Rampachiomaru. Well, might as well summon this one out. I summon S-Force Rampachiomaru. And then I activate Chiyomaru's effect by banishing one S-Force card in my hand. I can return this card from my hand, and if I do, I can special summon another S-Force monster from my deck in defense position. So without any further ado, let's bring in my own S-Force Paltina. And then I activate Platina's effect. Target one of my banished S-Forces and bring him back to the field. So welcome back, Rampachiomaru. And then it is time for me to build my circuit, and the summoning conditions require me to use at least 3 effect monsters, including an S-Force monster. I send my Edge Razor, Platina, and my Rapachiamaru in the link arrows. Link the circuit. I link summon. Link 3 S-Force Justify. And then I will attack. Go Justify, attack. S-Force, Professor Digibot, and then I activate my S-Force's effect. I can negate your Digimon's effect. And then at the start of the damage step, I can, if this card attacks, I can banish all cards that are pointing to this card. And now my Gravitino's going to attack directly, and I'll end my turn there. No doubt my opponent is going to be planning something frisky. Especially with that defense. Especially with a face down card in hand. Only one thing for it. Yes, only one thing for it. Okay, I summon S-Force Rapachiamaru. I then activate Chiamaru's effect once again. I can banish it along with Retroactive. Oh no, you don't. I activate Justify special ability. I can negate your Aurifist's effect. And then I won't do anything. And then thanks to Justify's effect, I can now switch it into another monster zone. The Aurifist, I mean. And then I can now special summon to my field my S-Force Edge Razor. And thanks to Edge Razor's effect, Rapachiamaru returns to the field. And now it's time to battle. One last time. Let's do this. S-Force Justify, attack Aurifist. And then thanks to Justify's ability, your monster is banished. And now, Rapachiamaru, attack. And now it is your turn, Gravitio. Attack! Oh no! Oh, it's just switched defense positions. Okay. I can handle that. I end my turn. Very tricky. Let's see. Mad Reloader. Does he plan on doing something with that card? I don't know what he's planning, but just in case, I'll play S-Force Justify's effect, negating your Mad Reloader's effect, and by doing so, moving it into another monster zone. Now, with your monster's effect negated, I can now summon a brand new monster. The summoning conditions require 3 or more effect monsters, so I send my S-Force Justify, my Edge Razor, Rapachiamaru, and Gravitio in the link arrows. Link the circuit. I link summon. Link 4, Beauregard Dragon. And now, let's see. Okay, special from E. And then I'll activate Beauregard Dragon's effect. I can target one monster on the field, switch it to defense position. Okay, that. And now, Beauregard Dragon attack! Okay, drawing 2 cards, alright. Well then, I end my turn. Ooh, clever. Let's see. How to respond. Okay, oh wow, alright. Security Dragon, very clever move. A clever move indeed, good sir. Good sir or madam. But I will not falter. Even when things look dire, I've got to do this. And it starts by activating the spell card Terraforming. I can use this to bring another S-Force Bridgehead from my deck to my hand. And I'll play S-Force Bridgehead once again. And with this, I can now bring to my hand my S-Force Aurifist. And then I summon S-Force Aura Fist. And now, Aura Fist, attack his security dragon. And end this duel. And with that, that was the final GG of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. What a bang, am I right? Yeah, when these people say, all good to go out with a bang, we get the point. Anyway.
Nice work! How's that? Got an idea of how the missions may play out? As a shinobi, I'm confident in solo missions, however, I still go on missions with my seniors upon the orders of my commander. I'm sure you'll be busy with similar duties soon enough. I think now is a great time to introduce some seniors you may work with. First then, aforementioned X-Force Commander Justify, he coordinates all of our missions. You may hear him speak when he gives an order, but in all honesty, I never actually see his face. Does he always wear that heavy suit? We really will never know. Next is trying to pronounce his name right. Lapiswell? I'll get to that in a minute. I was shocked when I first saw him flying around shooting beams, but despite his appearances, he really is a civilized person. He taught me so much, even about things unrelated to our missions. He came from some distant dimension a long time ago and has been a part of the Force the longest, that's to justify. Oh yeah, and then this is the metal charm I'm wearing. Lapiswell told me that they would sell them at the store on the base. I bought one like his too. What do you think? Pretty eye-catching, don't you think? Next is Professor Digigamma. He is an amazing doctor that runs our science teams. He develops a lot of tech and equipment for us, like the dog tag that supports our missions. The training facilities were one of the facilities he decided to build one day. Although apparently he's fixing up the base and some file complaints about hallways and room changing. Anyway, last up is Platina. She's a lady with amazing powers. She's just as mysterious as Justified, but her powers are known to interfere with the dimensions. But there's one thing we don't know. Although she's usually a calm person, she's extremely scary when she's angry. Remember, never make Platina angry. These senior agents I introduced you aren't just they're doing more missions than everyone else. I feel like they go into missions knowing more than the other seniors agents. Wow, that's a mouthful. There are other agents I've never, so many great agents that I cannot name them all. How about we show our seniors what we're capable of doing for the world and for the people? Use your special skills and do your best in the missions. That's all for today. Thank you for your time.
And thank you, Konami, for such a lovely experience. And with that, with the observation of what the S-Force can do, that is going to be the end of another series. But don't worry, there will be more, and Gotham Knights is the next series after the next 4 weeks of one-off specials. The first one being with Xenoverse 2, so don't worry, we will be seeing Manny back in action with another superstar from Conton City. I wonder who? One way to find out. But, as always everybody, if you enjoyed this video and the series to come, the series and many adventures to come, be sure to like, comment, subscribe and stay tuned for all content coming soon. Without all of you here, I would not be here today, and I cannot be more thankful for all of you coming out here to joining me in another adventure. It really brings it brings me such happiness, and I'm so proud to be here to give everybody so many cool adventures, and I hope that the next adventures ahead, even though Gotham Knights will add a little bit of mixed reviews, I hope it still will be a good adventure after the next one-off specials. But no matter what comes next after that, at least I'll be sharing it with the best family and the best friends I could ever ask for. You're all the best. You really are. You really, really are. And for our new Short Stupid 5 as well as everyone with the Master Legion and everyone the Short Stupid Draw made by Family Manny Posse, thank you all so much for joining me for another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and I'll see everybody next time for 4 weeks of one-offs in the road to Gotham Knights. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you all had a fun time, and I'll see you all next time for more fun. Take care and have a safe week ahead, everybody. Bye-bye.